All righty. Good evening, everybody. You know, it's that time of the week where the truth is needed. And it seems like lately the truth is always needed for some reason, one or another. And tonight is no different. And we've got a hell of a show planned for you now. So kick back and relax for the next hour or so because we're going to talk about all of it. And before I get into my topics for today, I do want to introduce my excellent panel. Excellent as always. And to start off, man, this my big brother in the game, the one who introduced me to all this bullshit that we deal with out here. But E-Rock X, man, introduce yourself.
Damn, since you put it that way, I feel bad. I did you a disservice. Hey, this E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox, the hype man for the Xbox brand. We're back with another unlimited truth, and we're gonna try to get the truth out here. And let's go.
All right. And next up, man, the host of the Lions Den, and his show just gets better and better and better each and every week. Introduce yourself, Tuckmaster.
Hey everybody, this is your boy DJ Tuckmaster, the original pony color. I can't stand ponies, and I know ponies can't stand me. So let's get this thing rolling, man.
Excellent, excellent. And last but not least, we're gonna have a field day today with this next man here. Uh, as you always said, he represents the chat, and there's an echo going on there. Oh, other Zinc man, introduce yourself so we could get started.
Sorry about that echo. I hope it gets better. If not, I'll move. I'm taking Hebot's place and traveling across state lines, but I definitely wanted to jump in and represent the chat.
Oh yeah, man, and I'm always thankful for you to be here, especially with you guys always traveling when we do these shows. But yeah, hey, to start off for this week's topics, man, uh, we're on the eve of the Xbox showcase, June 12th, the date that the gaming world's been looking forward to all for a long ass time, since it was announced. And with that meant that this last month has been a lot, and I mean just a lot of bullshit thrown our way, right? And nobody's a bigger bullshitter in my view than Colin Moriarty, because Colin Moriarty is somebody who he knows he knows what he's saying is bullshit, but he says it anyway. He tries to word things interestingly. This time around he's specifically saying, "Oh, this is just his opinion," while he throws out his bullshit accusations, right? And this time around, it is the him saying that Xbox has no quality games. Oh, mind you, he specifically said don't count Forza though. You could have your little racer, as he said, and I'm paraphrasing. So Xbox has no quality games, which I already talked about was objectively not true. And and he also tried to throw the accusation that it's been years since Microsoft acquired these studios, and so where are the games? He's saying the same shit everybody else is saying, but in his usual Colin Moriarty way, with this sense of confidence that has people just believe his nonsense, even though we already know it's not true, and we're literally days away from their big showcase where they're going to show games, gameplay, release date, and everything else you guys bitch about. So I'm going to start with E-Rock X. Um, what are your thoughts, man? Do you think Colin Moriarty's right? Do you think Xbox has no quality games and Sony has all the quality in the world? Or do you think that Colin is one of these guys who just dwindled gaming into a specific genre of third person story driven games and is missing the bigger picture?
Well, I mean, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
I'll never get why anybody listens to this guy anymore. He's been exposed so many times as a PlayStation fanboy, and I told you before, I respect clarity and I respect intent of purpose. Tell me what your intent is. Tell me what your purpose is, so I can deal with you. Whether you're a movie studio or a producer of a television show, or a gaming company or a journalist, let me know what your intent is and your purpose is, right? if you're doing the new Star Trek now and all you're hiring is LGBT gays and lesbians to be part of your Star Trek cast, don't call it fucking Star Trek. Let me know what your fucking intent is. Well, our intent is to get a new audience. Our intent is to get the LGBTQ audience to watch. Okay, great. Okay, great. Now I know what it is you're trying to do. I appreciate you letting me know what your intent is instead of telling me there's something wrong with me for not wanting to watch your fucking Star Trek no more. Well, the same thing applies in the gaming industry with these so-called pseudo journalists, and I call them pseudo journalists because that's what the hell they are. These pseudo journalists and these yellow journalists who make up the news and make up the news as they go. So for Colin Moriarty to say Xbox has no quality games, when Xbox has genres out there that PlayStation don't have, you got Sea of Thieves, you got Microsoft Flight Simulator, which the more and more I see the clips of it, I haven't played it since July because I have so many games, but the game just gets better and better and better and better and better. You got Scorn coming. You have there. Well, I don't like to report on rumors, guys, but there's a huge rumor that Obsidian's RPG Avowed is a lot closer than we think. It's a lot closer than we think, and we could see it this Sunday. Okay, you got Forza Motorsport 8 coming. Clearly, the finest racing series that's out there that murdered Gran Turismo. So you got that. There's a ton of games coming that we do not know about that were announced years ago, and you're going to see them on the 12th, this Sunday. So these guys, man. Here's why I don't get invited to no podcast. Why nobody fucks with me no more, whether they were former friends of mine or former colleagues. Here's why I don't get invited to BGST or Weapon Wheel or any of these fucking fuckery podcasts, or why I don't commiserate with pieces of shit like Dustin Laguerre or Colin Moriarty. Because just state your fucking intent. State that your intent is to slander Xbox and that you don't like Xbox, and I respect you. Stop trying to pretend like you're this goddamn gaming journalist and that you know shit. Because Hebot and Unlimited Production both own PlayStations. They both own them. And they tell me every day that these games are overrated as fuck. So what exactly are these quality games y'all keep talking about? What, Knack? What, Returnal? What are these fucking quality games y'all keep talking about? Because I don't see them. Where are these so-called quality? Gran Turismo 7? That scored horribly and everybody's complaining about having to pay $400 for cars. Where are these quality games at? What Horizon Zero Dawn 2, which was made irrelevant by a Japanese game from a Japanese studio with gameplay and graphics clearly stuck in 2006. That's what made your two big exclusives that dropped this winter irrelevant. Okay, fucking Elden Ring. So you want to sit and talk about quality Colin Moriarty. I said it before in one of my videos. Colin Moriarty is full of shit because he's a PlayStation fanboy. He's always been a PlayStation fanboy. The difference between him and I is I told everybody from day one I'm an Xbox fanboy. So you can't be coming at me saying, "Oh, well, you just love Xbox." I told you that from the beginning. "Oh, well, you're an Xbox fanboy." I fucking told you that from the beginning. Clear intent, clear purpose. I let you know who I am. I let you know what my points are. I let you know what I'm about. I didn't try to hide it or sugarcoat it. And Colin Moriarty tries to hide who he is. And he's a PlayStation fanboy, which I have no problem with. But when you let dumb shit come out of your mouth that Xbox has no quality games, and then you're forced to eat your words this Sunday, these guys never come out and say, I was wrong about anything. They never take any culpability or any accountability for any of the dumb shit to come out of their mouth. And that's why I have a lot of disrespect now for all of these pseudo journalists and all of these YouTubers. But Colin Moriarty, as always, you're full of shit, man. And why anybody still listens to you is you listen to guys like Colin Moriarty if you want misinformation. You listen to guys like us if you want information. And now that we have 3 guys here that own PlayStation 5s, you're going to get the truth about all of these so-called quality fucking games. Like, dude, I don't know, man. I used to let this shit piss me off, but now I see these dudes are so fucking butthurt about Xbox because Xbox is clearly winning because they can't shut the fuck up about Xbox. They're so butthurt about it. It's almost unbelievable. But anyway, man, Colin Moriarty, he's a joke. I, why would I would rather listen to a fucking gypsy trying to sell me fucking ice water in the fucking Ozarks than listen to anything ever come out of Colin Moriarty's mouth. But that's all I got to say, man. Sorry about the rant, but I'm surprised this motherfucker still has a platform.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's them IGN days that keeps them semi-relevant or something. Because, because time after time, it seems like every time I come across something he's saying, it's just something absurd about Xbox. And this one from this week, again, he sits there and it's funny. He specifically E-Rock. He specifically try to say, okay, well Forza, and try to discount Forza, and he used the term expensive AAA quality games is what Xbox don't have, as if Flight Simulator don't exist, as if Forza Horizon 5 was so big it broke a lot of them PS dudes last year, and Halo, and it had 20 million players this week. Let's not forget that. And Halo is still being played by millions of players and stuff. So this idea that what it's funny. He tried to dwindle gaming down to specifically what he thinks Sony is good at, but Sony ain't even good at that. And I move over to you, Tough Master. What are your thoughts on Colin Moriarty's views? Do you agree that Xbox has no quality games, and that there's something wrong with their developers and all this other goofy shit, or do you disagree with him? I guess Tuck fell back to sleep because you there, Tuck Master?
The motherfucking grease on them pot drippings and collard greens put his ass to sleep.
Yeah,
He
man.
he out for the count.
Yeah. Well, hey, if in any way, I'll pivot over to Other Zinc, 'cause I know Other Zinc has something to say about this. So, hey, Other Zinc, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Hey man, look, I'm glad Colin. Am I echoing?
No.
Perfect. Hey, I'm glad Colin opened his stupid mouth because Unlimited and I are professionals at Colin Moriarty and his stupidity. He try and use big words to sound intelligent, but behind all of that fluff, he's really an idiot, and he just put it all out there. For those of us that are old enough to remember, I remember Halo set the tone. Developers, see, he want to say they don't have any quality games. Halo exudes quality, so much so that developers back in the day, he about when he hears this, he'll corroborate this. I know he was all over this. The developers wanted Halo control. Developers wanted Halo AI. You hear when people criticize Halo, they can't say it's a problem with the gameplay. They can't say it's a problem with the AI. They have to go to story, something that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And they have to talk about content, something that no other studio had this much content in year one ever. Fortnite had one damn map. Halo had more content than any game dropped this year in 2021. And people say, "Oh, it's there's nobody playing Halo." Well, there's nobody playing Gran Turismo 7 and nobody playing Horizon Forbidden West. There's no one playing those games. Hey, what's that game that I'm forgetting that game. Uh that's it. Look, Colin, somebody should have asked Colin, hey, Colin, how long has Sony been trying to get a Halo killer? Anybody remember Haze?
Yeah.
Anybody
Yep.
remember freaking Resistance?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How about Killzone? How
Yep.
many chances you get, Colin? I thought Halo, Xbox had no quality games. I could just leave it right there. But people also forget this. They want to say that it's a YouTube narrative, guys, over the shoulder, single player, story driven narrative. What they should throw in movie, because you sit in your controller is in your lap. Limited, you're gonna find this out when you play Uncharted. How long you watch movies? You gonna
Oh,
play for
hey, Zinc. Hey, man, I've been playing some of these games, and every PlayStation game, the new ones at least, have a story, not easy mode, a story mode. And it's
Mhm.
like, what's the point even of having no gameplay in your video game?
Yeah, have some damn gameplay. And then you hear people say they don't like Ubisoft games, and this really pisses E-Rock and myself too off that, everybody is trying to downplay Ubisoft, and they say it's the same thing over and over again. All Sony's big games are the
The
same
same
as the
thing
other.
over and over
Yep.
again.
It's the same damn game. And then he wants to talk about big money budget games. They don't have any. They don't have any game that costs as much as Halo. Not even remotely close. Same goes for Gears. Gears and Uncharted released at the same time. Same year. They released at exactly the same time. One is $1 billion franchise. Uncharted is not.
Yep.
Okay, so Colin needs to wake his ass up and don't go near Forza. He shouldn't go near Gears. I play Gears every day simply because of the gameplay. I mean, you see things in there that's just not there. A tornado forms that draws you to it. It actually pulls you to it, and you have to stick yourself to a wall so you don't go to it. Then leeches fly out of it. Okay, and sometimes a monster get blown apart, and you'll shoot at it and realize you're shooting at the meat of a bigger enemy that died. It's not a leech that's coming to get you. That's how the physics are in this damn game, but it's no quality. Colin is full of shit.
Hey man, you couldn't have put it any better. And I already made a video on the topic and spoke my mind. But cause and I know I probably come off as picking on Colin Moriarty, but at time he got a see. My thing is this: he has a large platform, and because he has a large platform, he should have, in theory, a responsibility of at least giving this audience the truth, but he doesn't. And that's where my issue be lying with these hot takes because he said stuff like, again, he discounted the Forza games, or how about a few months ago where he tried to blame ads in games. You remember that rumor? He tried to
Hmm.
blame that on Game Pass users for quote unquote not buying games, even though Microsoft has said a million times that Game Pass users buy and sell more games. Tugmaster, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, y'all.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, man. So I want to get your thoughts on our first topic about Colin Moriarty. Do you agree that Xbox has no quality games and their devs are taking too long to make games and all this other nonsense? Or do you disagree with them?
You know what? Let me tell you right there. That fool, he ain't nothing but a fool. I mean, how can you not, say Xbox don't have no good quality games? They do. They got a lot of them. Hell, I mean, they got a lot of them coming. I'm almost there, like almost what every week. I mean, you got the damn Game Pass. The Game Pass enough. They got good quality games coming.
Yep.
So I don't know what he's talking about, dude. I mean, it's like I'm gonna give a good example. I mean, you got the PS5, right, Collins?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give a good example. Now, that's how fringe these damn lunatics are. I'm gonna call them fringe lunatics, like E-Rock said. Okay. Now I went in there and gave the video because he's a PS5 guru and everything and all that stuff. So I went on there and showed him a video and all that stuff. So the first thing he's gonna say about you, Collins, is that you're a hater. So I said, wait a second, how the heck can he be a hater and he got a PS5? How the heck can he be a hater and he got a PS5? I said he got a PS5. I said he entitled to his own opinion about that game. But he gonna turn around and get mad at you because of the video that you made of Horizon Bitten Wild. And I went to him and I said, dude, that is his opinion. I said, now you always saying that that's a guy's opinion. So if that is the opinion that he didn't like the damn game, that's his opinion. But he gonna say, oh, you're a hater and all that stuff. I said, dude, how the heck can he be a hater and he got a PS5? He can't be a hater. He just that there's certain things that he just don't like about the game. So no, but dealing
Tuck,
back to this
Tuck,
clown.
Tuck, hey Tuck, that's an understatement. There's nothing I like about that fucking game. That that game is boring. That game is so boring.
Which
It,
game is that?
oh, Horizon Zero Entertainment.
Oh my goodness.
But he gonna turn around and get mad because of you didn't agree with the damn game. I'm like, there's some people like it, And now I'm telling you right now, there's some people that don't like it. And I
Hey,
said, but the thing, huh?
oh, nothing. Go on.
But the main thing, what I told him is that is his opinion, and you got to value his opinion. Oh, he's trash, and he just ain't up a lot of trash and all that stuff. He must be an Xbox dude. I said, like, okay, yeah. I said, y'all PS5 people, y'all just so y'all. I said, y'all so people just so ignorant, man. Y'all just so ignorant. So after that, I just say, okay, whatever. But no, but my thoughts on that is that let him say what he want to say. We know Xbox do got good quality games. I don't see what he's looking at, and really, I don't care about what he says because what he is saying is purely out bullshit. I mean, the last thing I'm checking the only thing that everybody talk about on the PS5 is Death Stranded and Ghost of Tsushima. That's all I hear them talk about. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima is a good game. Death Stranded is a great game. I said Death Stranding ain't shit, y'all. It's just about a man having a big ass backpack on his back, carrying shit around, and that's it. So if that's what they talk about, good quality games, so be it. I mean, but these clowns from the PS world, man. I mean, from the PS the Sony world, they don't know what they're talking about. They need help, and I'm just hoping that Xbox just shut their asses up Sunday, and that's it. I hope they just shut their asses up because I know they're gonna have one game, then they're gonna have another game, they're gonna have another show Tuesday. So we'll see. We'll see.
And to
That's all
get
I got
on
to say
Tuck,
about that. But that
to get
mother,
on
he was
Tuck when to get on Tuck when he talked about Horizon Sleeping Dawn, I was trying to watch Unlimited play, and I mean, even your 3 minute show you had on that Unlimited, I'm like, man, I'm like, how is he staying awake playing this shit? When I played that for the first time, I'm like, dude, it's nothing going on in this damn game. And if you think
Yeah.
about Colin, I wanted to bring this up too. If you think about Colin, where did he come from? He came from IGN. Same
Mhm.
as Greg Miller. They came from IGN. And what do they do when they get their own show? P.S. I love you. Sacred symbols. You know, all of them have, even Destin. Destin is over here promoting Gran Turismo 7, saying they fixed a lot of things. No, they didn't. When I talk to people that really, really play the game, no, they didn't fix anything. And if you say Halo doesn't have content, how you cannot have a realistic racing game and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is not in your game. And you
Right.
talk about content, that's a major raceway in the world, where NASCAR and the world of Formula One participate. So you just have to watch where these cats come from, man.
Yeah. Hey, man. Exactly. And hey, what's up, 100? Thanks for joining, man. And follow 100 on his podcast that he changes the name of, but I think it's called Day One. I could be wrong.
Day
But
One
check him out.
podcast,
Yeah, check him
It's
out
Xbox Day
every
One.
Saturday.
is day one podcast. Then it was the Xbox Has No Game podcast. Then one week it was called Hoes, Thugs, and Skrilla. It changed every week. But Colin Moriarty, man. Listen, guys. This is why, again, I do not commiserate with these PlayStation fanboys, no matter how much they try to disguise themselves. I don't know how Tuck's coworkers keep hunting him, stalking him at work. I don't know why he just can't lose these motherfuckers in the stairwell or hide in the janitor's closet or something. Or go down to the HR office and tell them, man, these dudes is harassing me every day. You know what I mean? I don't know why he just don't shake these clowns. You know what I mean? I don't commiserate with these Sony fanboys. I used to on Twitter. I don't mess with them. I don't, because they're fucking lunatics. They're lunatics. That no one. The question somebody should ask Colin Moriarty is, where is your high quality nigga? Where is your flight simulator game at? Where is your award winning racing game at? Okay, where is your pirate simulator at? Where is your platformers at? Where is your shooters at? Where is your strategy games? Where is your roguelike games like the Ascent? Where is your game like the Medium? Where is your game like Psychonauts? Where is your variety? Because all I see is third person over the shoulder video games. And even the white boys now are coming up. Like, oh no, it's Alex and Pratanga are saying that that's not what gaming is. Here's what it is. Am I coming loud and clear?
Yeah.
These guys,
Perfectly.
these guys are mad because Spider-Man's going to PC, as y'all predicted. These guys are mad because Jim Ryan is putting all them games on PC, and now they're scared shitless. They're frightened of a world without PlayStation. That's all it is. They've always hated y'all, but they're frightened now about PlayStation, and that's where we're heading. That's the inevitability we're heading in. If they suffer any more losses, we're heading into a world without PlayStation. And dig this, others, they are scared shitless right now. They are scared shitless because Microsoft hit you with the punch in the nuts. That not only do we just have one show on Sunday, there is an extended show on Tuesday showing more stuff
Yep.
that scares them that this supposed company that had two games delayed into next year has enough stuff to show where they're going to do an extended show on Tuesday. But here's the thing: why would you get into that headspace where you're worried about another company because you engaged in this stupid console war too much and you just can't play your fucking dumbass games? I don't care about these dudes, man. These dudes, every time I see or hear from Colin Moriarty, Kid Smooth, Broken Games HD, fucking MGB, Crap Gamer. You remember when you was little kids, Unlimited, and your
Hmm.
mom took you to the circus, or your dad, you was like, look, mommy, it's the clowns. The clowns are here. That's what these guys are. They're the clowns. Why
Yeah.
would you get mad because the clowns show up? This is entertainment now. This is entertainment. So I mean, I take it like that, bro.
Erock, you were on such a roll when you went on a roll of things and types of games they do not have. And here's the punchline: they don't have any game that drops continuous content.
Nope.
Nope.
I
And
agree.
and people say it's nothing for us to play. Hey, Halo was a juggernaut. Forza was a juggernaut. Flight Simulator was a juggernaut. Sea of Thieves was a juggernaut. And all since January, we have been getting content dropped in all of those games.
There's nothing to play
The-
with, but people are still playing those games on top of all the stuff that just dropped in Game Pass. Like
absolutely.
ridiculous.
Absolutely. So they don't have a game with continuing content. That's why our games have replay value. There's a reason to play these games. And now this shit is free in Game Pass. So we don't even have to pay $70 for a game as 100 coin one and done gaming. I mean, they shit is over after a weekend. And here is still content dropping repeatedly. That's the
Yep.
only thing that was missing in that great lineup of things that Sony do not have. There's no way in hell I'd recommend a parent buy a PlayStation for their kid. They'll be looking for something to do after their first game they spend $70 on. It's the dumbest shit in the world.
Yeah. Hey, man, and their exclusivity era with the likes of Street Fighter, those proved to not be worth it because those games are back to being multiplayer on Xbox, and they hate those games now too to boot. And because it was funny, I finally saw PlayStation dudes admit Spider-Man Miles Morales was DLC. Now that's on PC. I
Right.
finally saw that shit this week. Like, and where they're saying, "Oh, well, it's DLC anyway, so it shouldn't count." All right, well, y'all were back in 2020. Y'all are arguing us down to hell about it being a brand new game and only for PlayStation 5 when Jim Ryan lied about that shit. Jim Ryan lied to them so fucking much. I see why they starting to hate him. But yeah, man, excellent points for everybody. And to move on, this next topic just dropped today, and I wish Hebot was here to talk about it because he looked like he was passionate. He was getting heated when he saw this one about God of War being delayed until 2023. And in usual Sony fashion, they're too cowardly to just put out a statement like Microsoft and Bethesda did with Starfield and Redfall saying, "Hey, these games are delayed to 2023." And then a week later, they told us that they had the showcase coming up next, in June, right? So they took the Xbox took their shot like a man. They announced the delays. they took all the hate in the fucking world, where even quote unquote Xbox guys were saying, well, what's wrong with their development? Well, what's wrong with Sony's development of God of War? Because this game was supposed to come out in 2021, right? And now reportedly it's being delayed until next year. So gaming world, is this troubled development too? Please let me know. And I'm gonna start off with you, Erock. Is God of War having trouble development now that it's the game from 2021 was delayed till next year? The greatest sin in gaming a few weeks ago with the Bethesda games. Now nothing.
Of course, man. Of course, it we've seen this for years now. There's nothing about this. There's nothing about gaming now that will surprise me as far as these this media and these people. You know, Bethesda's two games, Redfall and Starfield, get pushed back. Oh my God! Well, this show Sunday is pivotal for Xbox. Or what they're gonna do? What are they gonna do?
Oh,
Well, what is
and-
Sony gonna do now that God of War ain't coming out?
yeah,
Where,
and,
where,
and
where, where is all the concern at? Where's all? Oh my God, Sony's got no quality game. Where's all the concern at? Like, like I said, man. Um, Mommy, look at the clowns. That's all. Mommy,
yeah.
look at the clowns. The clowns are here. It's a fucking clown show now, man. It's a clown show. All we can do is laugh at them. It's so ridiculous. It's so obvious that y'all fucking hate Xbox. Just say you fucking hate Xbox. But it doesn't matter because all you like that song from whoever it was, 9 Inch Nails or Smashing Pumpkins. Despite all your rage, you're still just
Oh
rats
yeah,
in a cage. There's,
Smashing
there's,
Pumpkins.
there's nothing that y'all could do about it. There's nothing that y'all could do about Sunday. There's nothing y'all could do about Tuesday as we see all these great games and all of these great demos and all these great downloads that Xbox is going to drop on a Sunday and Tuesday. While Sony gave y'all nothing but bad news. Oh, Street Fighter, yippee! Coming to PC. Resident Evil 4, yippee! Oh, coming to Xbox and PC. Spider-Man, yay! Take that, Xbox. What? Going to PC? Oh no! I mean, oh my, you guys were when they saw that news, guys like Amazing Lucas, it was like a mobster thinking he's going to a fucking birthday party, but actually it's his fucking hit. Like, oh no!
That was
I love it.
classic.
Hey, he was
I
like,
love
you
it.
Sony and everything.
I love it, man. You know what? And it's just so fucking funny because if these guys, Colin Moriarty and all of them, would just shut their fucking mouths, they wouldn't be owned so hard, so viciously, and so completely. So I want to see all of the doom and gloom now that God of War is being delayed till 2023 because we were just saying a month ago that delays. This is part of the game now. And this high profile AAA expensive game development, the games are going to get pushed back so that these game companies and these publishers can avoid all of the bullshit that CD Projekt Red went through in 2020. Like people forgot all of that shit. People forgot how they just ran CD Projekt Red to, in my opinion, one of the best developers out there, ran them through the mud because they bit off a little bit more than they can chew. So these games are being delayed for a reason, for a purpose, so they can come out proper, so they can come out without any bugs or any flaws. But you're not going to hear them talk about this God of War being delayed because it paints Sony in a bad light. Anything to take a shot at Xbox and anything to talk about the true industry leader Xbox, while Sony always gets a free pass. This is nothing new, man. This is par for the course. This is the shit me and He-Bop been talking about since 2015. And actually, this is shit that I've been talking about since, goddamn, I don't know, fucking 2002, 2001, when I began to notice that the media would do anything to protect Sony. I've never seen a brand so protected in my life. Just let these motherfuckers die. Let these motherfuckers, like Unlimited Production said, they didn't even have the balls to just say, yeah, man, it's just delayed. Yeah, it needs more work. Like Microsoft did. At least Xbox is transparent. And they get hell for being transparent. This is why I have no respect for these gaming YouTubers. some of them who are my colleagues, some of them who are my friends. I stay in my own lane, man. I fuck with my crew here. He by other Zeke, Sega Man, Unlimited, Tuck. I really don't fuck with these cats no more, man, because y'all fraudulent. I can't be around fraudulent dudes because I will have to speak my mind and tell them, look, man, you're full of shit because of this. You're full of shit because of that. Nobody ever fucking steps to these fucking dudes and tells them that they're full of shit. Hey, Broken Games HD, where's your concern about fucking God of War being delayed? Kiss Smooth, where's your concern? Jess Corden, uh, BG or whatever, all these dudes, Puerto Rock, where's your
Rand.
fucking concern? Rand, fucking Dealer, all of them. Where's your concern about God of War being delayed? Where is it? See, these guys are fucking frauds. But us, the real ones, the fucking real ones, like our boy FaZe says, we miss you, FaZe. The real ones, we got the smaller audiences. We the ones that get no play and no love. Well, you know what? Who cares? But we're going to keep on bringing you the truth, the unlimited truth, whether you like it or not. I think that God of War being delayed is just fucking sauce for the fucking goose because one day y'all gonna learn to listen to E-Rock X. I have told y'all since my days as E-Rock 8150, every time these PlayStation motherfuckers open their mouth of the zinc, does it not come back to bite them in the ass?
Absolutely,
And,
100% of the time.
and now look.
Hey man, oh that was perfectly put, E-Rock. That was perfectly put. And before I move on to Tuckmaster, man, to get his thoughts on this, it's funny. It's funny as you said, man. Everything that's come back to bite them. Games on PC. Nobody wants a subscription service. The Xbox, the original Xbox One looks like a VCR, not a PS5. You gotta ask your neighbor
Oh
to
my
help bring it
goodness.
in the house like a couch. It's so damn big. Yeah, and what's up, Pyro? And Pyro, a great comment, man.
Yep.
If someone hates something, they actually go out their way to avoid it. Obsession is, however, something you can't shut up about, and these fanboys are obsessed with Xbox, and that is absolutely fact. Because look, E-Rock made this video on the Amazing Lucas with the Spider-Man reveal, and how did that video start? Amazing Lucas was talking about. He wasn't talking about PlayStation. He was like,
Not
he
even
was talking.
2 minutes
Uh-uh.
in.
He went hardcore. He said a prayer for Xbox, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So hey, Pyro with the MVP comment of the night, man, about them being obsessed because they don't even talk about their own games first. The
Unlimited,
first
unlimited,
yeah.
unlimited. Other thing, that video that Amazing Lucas did when he watched the Sony State of Play. Listen to me, others ain't. Listen to me. It
Hmm.
I counted, nigga. It wasn't even a minute in. It wasn't. I won't even give it a minute. It wasn't even. I don't. Maybe a half of a minute in. Xbox right away. Oh man, Xbox is gonna be so mad. Not.
Hmm.
I'm excited to see what Sony's bringing. I can't wait to see what they're bringing. Right away, he deferred to Xbox.
Hmm.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What did they listen? That ass whooping that Xbox 360 gave the PlayStation fans must have been so severe and so complete, they've never gotten over it. And like a limited production said, they thought this generation was going to be a repeat of the last
Mhm.
generation. No, my friends. He said this is a different generation and you guys are losing and they can't fucking deal with it. It wasn't even a minute in, and Amazing Lucas went right to Xbox. What the fuck is wrong with you that an opposing company's console is always on your brain? What like you only see this in rape victims or child abuse victims. You only see this in victims who've been abused. I've never seen shit like this in my life. And the thing
No,
is, they don't have enough self awareness to say, "Yo, man, I'm making a video about PlayStation State of Play." In a minute in, I mentioned the Xbox. What the fuck is wrong? Not a person in the Exile podcast is allowed to mention PlayStation Sunday. We won't. We're not going
we
to.
don't need to.
Why?
Don't
It's
have
an
to.
Xbox show.
Could tell them what
No,
they
we don't
don't
need
have.
to.
And hey, and man, hey man, E-Rock is on fire today, man. If Pyro was the MVP in the comments so far, E-Rock is the MVP of the show. He's been killing it. But I am going to move on to Tuckmaster, man. God of War reportedly delayed today. And notice that the reaction is non-existent. It's not even the opposite, right? It's literally non-existent. Me and Hebot had to put in the chat for anybody to even know this news. And so I wanted to get your thoughts on it, man. What are your thoughts on God of War being delayed? Does that signal development troubles like we hear about Bethesda, or we hear about Fable? Like we hear about any game that isn't releasing tomorrow from Xbox has development problems.
Yeah, look, for number one, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to tell you what Hunter said a while back, and he said, and he still says today. That game's not ready. That game is not even nearly as ready as it should be, and that's the reason why they. And hey,
But
and
but
now
but
I'm
but,
just going to just, huh?
but Tuck. All I ever hear about Xbox is Xbox got these studios 4 years ago. Well, Sony
Yeah,
has owed Sony Monica for longer than 4 years. What's taking them so long? What's taking them so long, huh? The,
Exactly.
the last the last God of War came out in 2018. It's been 4 years. What's taking them so long?
well, what did Jim Ryan say, y'all? What did he say? He said y'all not going to get the games year in and year out like y'all going to get, and he said that. And he said that, but these PS4 people, they delusional, man. I mean, it's like, I'm gonna give a good example. That show, what, last Thursday that went on?
Yeah.
You know, this one thing I don't get. How in the hell can you give that? I mean, you got people on the websites, social media, telling they giving that damn show an 8 out of a 10. I'm like, what the? I said, what are y'all talking about? What are y'all looking at?
Tuck, they
I said,
Tuck,
that
they
damn
Tuck,
show.
Tuck, they
No,
lied to
that show.
themselves. They
No,
lied to
let me get
themselves.
through. No, let me get through. I said that show is just purely out garbage. So Monday, I got, me and this young man was talking about it, and he got like a 12-year-old daughter. He got like a 12-year-old daughter. She watched the show. Check it out. This is what she said. She told her dad, what are they showing? What are they showing? This little 12-year-old girl said, what the heck did they show? Heck, I was looking for them to show God of War. I mean, they didn't even show that. They showed Stray, a cat game. And I mean, she even said, like, what the heck? What the
Hey,
heck is that,
E-Rock,
Dad?
not E-Rock, but Tuck, you got to settle down. That Stray game, all of a sudden, that shit fire now, dude. I mean, that's
Uh-huh.
the
Yeah.
baddest shit dude. I'm thinking that's a quadruple A game and shit.
Hey,
Dude.
at least it looks different. At least it looks different. It's not the same fucking boring walking simulator. So I
Yeah,
agree
but
with that.
what she said is this: she's looking forward to God of War to pop up on that damn screen so they can at least show it. It was a 30-minute show. They can at least show it. But that goes to show you, it's no advertisement, no showing of the game, and they're not going to show it tomorrow. And that's it. I mean, it's like the first thing you heard was after that damn show that because you got like I'm always listening to the internet, and they saying that the game's gonna be out September 2nd. That's leaks. The leaks a lie. Then my friend gonna go tell that they're gonna come out with he said what the developer said they come out with it in September 31st, which is a damn lie. I told him that is a damn lie.
September 31st ain't even a real day.
Well, I know. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I said, that's not even a real day, y'all. So what the heck are you talking about? So, I mean, man, you got to deal with this crazy maniac Sony ponies and they crazy ass attitudes, man. They crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't understand it, y'all. I'm coming down to grips that they just stupid, delusional ponies that wish they had a better system and they're not going to get one. They so in love with that Japanese box, and I don't get it. I mean, what the damn do? I mean, my one freaking said, well, started Redfall being held back from I said, dude, I don't give a care. I told him, I said, I do not care. If it takes them a little bit more time to get the game fixed, fine and dandy. Fine and dandy, that's what they need to do. but like you said, Unlimited and Adarzine and and E-Rock. The thing about it is, let's come down to it. They don't get shit. They don't have shit. Never have shit. That straight game, like you said, now all of a sudden it's a AAA game, and that's gonna be on their doggone Game Pass. And like I told everybody this too, and this is what I think I tell these damn ponies, and I wrote in my damn statement. If they come out with that doggone
Your statement.
if they come out with that Last of Us remake on the PS5 and they charging people for it, that's a damn shame.
Well, I mean, they're Tuck. Of course, they're going to charge for it. This is first of all, it's a remake of a game that released in 2013 that they resold to them in 2014 or 2015 on the PS4. So this is that game got the fucking GTA treatment, and I don't know, let's not let that slide. But of course, they're going to charge for it, man. So Sony doesn't have the same philosophy Microsoft does. So those options damn near don't exist. But excellent point as always, man. And next up,
I want to add one more thing to this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Now we already said it's gonna come out next year, right?
Yeah.
Now what do Sony got the audacity to do? It's coming out December 31st.
No. December 31st is the placeholder date.
Yeah, it's a placeholder.
That means that pretty much any game without an official release date gets that date. So it's not official. It's not nothing. Nobody releases a game on the last day of the year. That's kind of crazy.
Right.
That's kind of crazy. So it's just a placeholder date.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, just don't say that. Just say next year. I mean, Xbox said next year. So why did you say next year?
I was going to answer that. Is that Hebot that just jumped in here?
Yeah, Hebot's
good, because I was going to play the role of Hebot one more time because of your original question to this topic. I'm going to pull this Hebot and make my comment quick. All right, you said, why don't Unlimited, you asked us, why doesn't Sony just come out and say, hey, the game is coming out next year? It's what Hebot says. It's perception. And what I like to say is it's mind share. They want to keep their mind right to keep this bullshit going. That's all they're doing. That's why they won't officially say anything. And whether God of War comes this year or does not come this year, the speculation should be rampant throughout the media. But it's not, because it's not a Halo thing. So like E-Rock said, they do their best to protect Sony at all they do. And that bullshit state of play, you have to give that state of play 2 scores. You have to give it 1 score because they show everything that all consoles are going to be playing. Great. Let's give it an 8. But if you give it an Xbox score, what exclusives did it have? You have to get that bitch a 2.5 out of 10 because it didn't show shit. Then you show us VR games with hands that's just moving in freaking space. So you showing all of this shit, and everybody jacked this score up. And here's how you can tell the whole internet is full of shit. Like E-Rock doesn't want to commiserate with them, and I agree. Here's how you know they bullshit. You listen to Unlimited's, one of his favorite buddies, Destin, say what Microsoft needs. He named like 7 exclusives in a row. Okay, 7. He named about 7 of them. And I'm like, damn. So they have to come this hardcore with some exclusives, huh? And Sony didn't have to name any damn exclusives. They listed all multiplats. And they got praised.
And they showed a cat in the alley trying to find tuna. That's fine.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna leave that cat shit alone because I'm gonna go off about that cat shit one day. Now is not the time for me to go off on that cat shit. I looked at that shit the other day. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? All right, man, go ahead, Hebot. But I wanted to play Hebot a few times today.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, man. That's why you're on the show, because you always bring it. And Hebot, before I let you go, man, because I know you've been seething at the teeth to speak on this one. Man, I know you really gonna go at it. It's funny, it's funny how I've always said Nintendo's held to no standards, Sony's held to low standards, and Microsoft has held to these high ass standards. How are you gonna list 7 games that come out in a year like this, where Game Pass has been killing it? We've had games like Tunic, Crossfire X. We get something every fucking week in Game Pass. And we got and they're the only ones. Microsoft is the only one of the big three console makers giving us a show. They're the only ones giving us a show, giving us
Two
content,
shows.
giving us stuff to talk about. Oh, 2 shows. Yeah, 2 shows. And yet somehow that's still not good enough. It's like it's like I once said, man. The only if Xbox released a exclusive every week, they'd bitch that there'd be too much games. If if if,
Exactly.
if
Hmm.
Xbox showed gameplay, they bitch there's no release dates. If they show release dates, they bitch it's not coming soon enough. If they show trailers, they bitch is not gameplay.
Xbox needs
These,
to Xbox needs to do better. They
yeah,
buy fucking publishers. Oh, they're monopolizing the industry. Come
yeah,
on, just
yeah.
stop.
It's like I've never seen a brand that to the gaming community can't do anything right, but to the larger audience they see the truth because there's a reason why they're outselling the PS5 in Europe and Japan, and it's not just
Hmm.
because yes, and it's not just because of the conspiracy theories I hear about how PlayStation. I mean, no. What's the conspiracy theory I heard? Oh, it was unfair that Microsoft paid for silicone, even though they're just doing what every business with money does. Use their best asset, the almighty dollar. And Sony and all Sony could do is buy time exclusives. Oh well, that's not Microsoft's fault. and Hebot, I can't wait to hear your thoughts because you put in the chat today and you seem fired up with that comment. So I know you're going to kill it today. Sony officially, I mean, not officially, because Sony doesn't have the balls to do it officially and take any form of criticism. So it had to be leaked that they stealthily delayed God of War, changing the release date from September 2022 to the placeholder date of December 31st, and and it took other outlets to report this. So I got to ask you, Hebot, as we've heard when it came to every Xbox game, is the development in trouble? Because it's been 4 years since the last God of War. That's taken too long, according to Colin Moriarty, when it came to the Xbox studios. So I want to get your opinion on that.
Yo, Larry. Oh man, you can go back to January's Exile podcast. What did I say in January? God of War will be delayed. Did I
Yep.
not say that in the
Yep.
Exile podcast? Listen, man, I called out Colin Moriarty long ago. I called out Dustin Legary long ago. I called out fucking fuckface Paris long ago. I called
Hmm.
out Rando shit long ago. I called Dealer out long ago. I
Yep.
called Call Eastwood long ago. I called out Saltiest Gaming long ago. I even called out Boom. But the difference with Boom is that he doesn't get toxic with people, but he is a sellout in my personal opinion. Okay.
Don't forget
Now,
Ryan McCaffrey.
and I also called out Ryan McCaffrey, which he blocked me. That's okay, because that just shows me that I'm winning. Anytime I get blocked, I'm winning. But what gets me mad is that I have people from the community that stop following and talking to me because, oh, you're just toxic. No, I'm not toxic. I just hate fake motherfuckers. I can't stand fake people. If you're gonna be real, just be real. Go all the way. Don't go halfway. Don't go a quarter of the way. Go all the fucking way. If you're gonna suck Sony dick, be honest about it.
He
I'm a
bought
Sony
just
dick
he
luster.
bought just said what I said earlier, but he phrased it in his own words.
Mhm.
Right, exactly. I didn't hear it because I wasn't here, but I'm pretty sure you went in because you always do anyway. That's why my circle of the zinc is very small, very small. But you know who knows that I've always been real? These guys right here,
Hmm.
100, 100 to tell you, 100. Y'all hate he, but he keeps it 100. And he's the nicest person. He don't fucking bullshit. He has never swayed way, never changed. He's always the same. But these guys are just afraid to call it out. Listen, I'm not gonna fucking boost your channel, help you out, support you when you never supported me back, and then I see that you're fake about it, and then not call you out on it. That's not gonna happen because none of these motherfuckers supported me. None of them. That's why I'm still at like 950. And it's been what 6 years I've been on YouTube since 2013. You see what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck. I'm here for me, and for those who respect me for what I do, not for what they want me to be. I'm not fake.
That's right.
Sony,
Amen.
Sony has always done this vertical slice shit since the PS1 when they showed Final Fantasy with those amazing good scenes, and people thought that was the game. When they went home and played that shit, they're like,
Hmm.
"What the fuck is this shit?"
Right.
Everything was pre-rendered backgrounds that looked realistic, like photos of realistic areas, and then the characters look like little chubsy wubsy munchy cheese on the screen. Okay, and ever since then, you can see the vertical slice, smoke and mirrors bullshit that they have never changed. The difference being is that they weren't getting caught as easy because social media didn't exist, right? Now social media exists, so it's a lot broader and bigger. But what makes me laugh is how all these motherfuckers now want to act like, oh yeah, let's call this person out, let's call that person out. When I did it, nobody gave me the fucking credit, right? And I don't need credit. I just need to be acknowledged the fact that I was the one that said it first and no one else did because y'all didn't have the balls to do it. And now you want to act like y'all were the ones doing it because y'all Xbox strong. No, y'all not. Get the fuck out of here. No, you not. You Xbox strong now because everybody else is going along with it. But when you were by yourself, you didn't have the cojones the way I did to do it because I saw the bullshit a mile away. Okay? And I warned people like E-Rock. I told you, E-Rock, watch yourself. Check this person out. I'm telling you, I'm looking from afar. But I could tell when people do certain things by the way they move, things they say, they just give themselves away. I'm street smart, okay? Because I live in the hood. I've always been street smart. So that's something that you learn from being in the street. You can't learn that in no college, in no classroom. You gotta be in the streets to learn that because we gotta survive. We don't got nobody out here looking out for us. You have to survive. The only way to survive is by learning how to protect yourself from things that normally you would not see otherwise. So again, it's fucking fantastic. I love that they fucking came out and said that it's more than likely God of War is being is going to be fucking delayed. Fucking fuckface Moriarty come out and say that Microsoft got fucking goddamn developers at fire sales. Motherfucker, they're the ones who bought fucking Insomniac for 335 million, while 20 years ago Microsoft bought Rare for 375 million. So what you talking about fire sales? They
And they
paid
also,
three. They
Believe it
paid
or
Ebox, hold
not,
on. They
Yeah, go
they
ahead.
they only paid like $94,000, 94 million cash for
Mm-hmm.
Insomniac. The rest was in
Mm-hmm.
some
Yes,
interest or some
incentives.
shit.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
So, and they're flying shit and fight. When they bought Ninja Theory, Ninja Theory was at its highest glory for the first time because Hellblade was critically acclaimed. It was the most critically acclaimed game of that generation, and they picked them up. What you think they paid $2 for Hellblade or for Ninja Theory? That's not happening.
Hey,
That's why they said.
wait a minute, Hebot. Since you want to bring up
Mhm,
Ninja Theory,
mhm.
Sony, who's getting fired at Sony for that? As Microsoft stole them from underneath their pocket. Somebody
Right,
got to
right.
get fired. That just shouldn't happen.
Listen,
Hey, hey,
the
look, Ninja
like.
Theory. Ninja Theory, the day after that E3, they put out a video stating pretty clearly that
Hmm.
Microsoft basically saved them. And the comments was full of "You betrayed us. How can you
Yeah,
do this, Ninja
Yes.
Theory?"
yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, how did you? How can you
yeah.
motherfuckers click on a video, listen to them say specifically that Microsoft is the reason why we have a Hellblade 2, we have a Project Mara, and any other game they're working on,
That they
and
make from the future's point on,
yeah,
right?
and your reaction that they betrayed you for fucking what?
Listen,
Plus
I'll
Ninja
give you a,
Theory made games on
uh,
Xbox anyway.
I'll give you a better one, my brother. Unlimited. If it wasn't for Microsoft, Ninja Theory would have never been in the industry because they
Yeah.
gave them their first opportunity with Kung Fu Chaos,
Yep.
and they said it in the documentary.
Yep.
Yeah.
They said
Hey,
Exactly.
Microsoft gave us our first opportunity on the OG Xbox with Kung Fu Chaos because no one
I didn't
else
know that.
wanted to do it. Yeah, you could go
Yeah.
to the documentary. They say it right in the
Yeah,
documentary.
that's true. That's very true.
That's why they had the loyalty where they kept that loyalty and went with Microsoft. The same way that Insomniac went with Sony because Sony's been. But the difference is Sony bullied them because Sony told them the entire time you can't keep your IPs. we're going to retain the IPs. You
Oh
can make
yeah,
them,
that's why Sunset
but you can't
Overdrive was on
retain them.
Xbox.
Exactly, because they were like, "Yo, we want to do this game, but we want to retain the IP." And then Sony did gave them two conditions. One, we got to own it, and two, it has to be photorealistic because they wanted to aim for just photorealistic graphics that generation. And they said no, we wanted to be art style and artistic the way like this, like because their inspiration came from Jet Set Radio. That's where it
Yeah,
came from, right? Which you could see it clear as day, right?
yeah,
And with their own flavor. And so Microsoft said no problem. Which, like I said before, they even admitted because I even put up the tweet that if it wasn't for that engine that Microsoft funded for them for Sunset, it would have never been able to be used because fucking Sony adapted that engine because they own it because to put it on Spider-Man to make Spider-Man. That's how they're making Spider-Man and Miles Morales and the new Spider-Man with the Sunset Overdrive engine that
yep.
Microsoft paid for. Okay,
Hey,
so
Hebot.
at the end of the day, you still got to suck Microsoft's dick. You don't like that, but it
Yeah,
is what
hey,
it is. Go ahead, go
hey,
ahead.
hey, Hebot. What you explained there is exactly why Microsoft went on that quote unquote firing sale, Colin Moriarty, because all
That
last
fire sale.
Microsoft paid for that Quantum Break engine.
Yes,
Man,
they did.
Microsoft helped out
The
so many
the
devs,
the one
and
that's
what
gonna
did they do?
fund
And
the one
and,
that's
and
gonna
then
fund the new Alan Wake. The
yeah,
one they
yeah,
use it for the new Alan Wake, and that they
and
use
control
for
and
control.
control. Yeah, yeah. And look, Microsoft helped all these studios, Crytek and all of them, didn't own none of them outright, and feels like what the fuck we doing? And just started
Oh,
and then and look, like Pyro said, man, Phil took that massive bag of cash to take this cash and make what you want, and and
let's not
and
forget.
now
Let
yeah
hold on, real quick,
Yeah,
Unlimited. Before I forget, let's not forget that they also funded the Titanfall engine with Respawn when
yeah
that's
EA
right.
scooped them up, and that's how they did. That's how they did Titanfall 2, and they're doing Titanfall 3. Let's not forget that they also funded Rise of the Tomb Raider. That's the ending they
yep
used for Rise 3. I mean for Tomb Raider 3, which was run by the developers of
Hmm.
Deus Ex. All
That's
these
right.
games
That's right.
came to fruition and are being made because Microsoft funded and paid. But yet Microsoft is the company that didn't do nothing for the industry last gen, according to all these dummies.
Yeah, not only that, he bought. They got no credit, and so feels like I'm gonna just start buying pub. Phil got so fed up. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm buying publishers." If
It's like,
you
you know what? Fuck
say
you.
I did,
We're gonna
yeah,
show you what we can do.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
He was like, "Screw this, man. Now let's just own Activision and Bethesda." And you know, as we speak, he's working on another deal. Because once
Right.
November or whenever that Activision deal passed, he gonna be right next week. Welcome to the family, WB,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whoever else he's
Well,
working on.
you notice how they already started saying that the deal is a lot closer than people expect. Remember, they started saying that already.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had
Why?
a panic about that.
Because like other Zink had mentioned not too long ago. Listen, everybody that invested, every investor gave the green light. Yes, we want this deal to go through. Who the fuck wouldn't want $70 billion?
yeah.
You gotta be a
Yep.
fucking retard not to say
Yeah,
yes to
yeah, that's a lot.
$70 billion,
Yeah.
especially when you're only worth about 30 billion. You're getting
And
50 billion more off the top.
nobody is going to cross Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett went back and got more stock. I
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
mean, so nah, you're not crossing that dude.
Yeah.
Oh no
Don't
way.
don't.
This is
Sony
look
got
all.
scammed.
Go ahead.
Yes, I was saying Sony got scammed and paying $3.6 billion for Bungie because of that, man. Come on.
And couldn't hold down exclusivity.
Yeah,
Because
Remember,
it was a threat.
Microsoft. Right. Microsoft is saying we're going to put things on there until we feel that it's the right time not to do it anymore because Microsoft can do that. You understand
Hmm.
what I'm saying? They have
Hmm.
that much power. But if they really
That's
wanted
right.
to say, you know what? No, they'll buy out all the deals. They'll pay everybody off if they really wanted to. And they say, no, it's going to be exclusive in our ecosystem. And the
Hmm.
reason
And
why I use the word ecosystem is because obviously you can play the games on PC as well, or on the go on your tablet, or on your PC, or on your phone. So you can't say no longer just Xbox. It's Xbox is the ecosystem. Period.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if they
And
really wanted to, go ahead.
And like when you guys talking about buying things, and it was
Mm-hmm.
really pissing me off probably about a week ago, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
when that one guy wrote that article or his book, it was in his book that they
Mm-hmm.
came to Microsoft with all of these Marvel or superhero characters, and Microsoft said, nah, fuck that dog. The reason
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft said that, they were not going to sign a horrible deal like the
Mhm.
deal Sony signed,
Yep.
where you
Mm-hmm.
don't
Mm-hmm.
own shit. And
Yeah, yeah,
the
because they were
profits you
gonna have to
making off of
fund it.
right,
Eh,
the
Uh,
profits you're making off of Spider-Man is minuscule. Microsoft
others,
wants ownership.
others think I'm glad you brought that up because I said that not too long ago, but I couldn't really phrase it correctly because we were running press for time. Microsoft, if you guys noticed, Microsoft was going to get a deal with them, but more than likely, what ended up happening was because that was during the transitional time where they were starting to get that the okay and the green light to get stuff and buy stuff and make moves. They were going to have to fund the project and do everything from out of pocket, right? And then they split the winnings with Marvel Games. But Marvel Games went to Sony, they didn't do that. It was different because they wanted something from Sony, which was the Marvel rights to Spider. So they said, okay, we'll fund the game and you just market it. Marketing is part of publishing, which they just pay for the commercials, pay for the posters, and pay for the advertising where it shows that it's a PlayStation console exclusive. That's not paying for the development of the game, right?
Hmm.
Marvel paid for it. And they did it
Hmm.
because they wanted to keep Sony happy to put
All that
Spider Man in
Subway
the MCU.
advertising shit, Marvel paid for that.
Exactly. Well, think about this. The Nintendo got the deal with Ultimate Alliance 3, right? A Marvel game, right?
Mhm.
With the Switch. Who funded that? It was Nintendo and Team Ninja. Okay? They paid for it. That's why it still hasn't come to another. They funded it. It wasn't Marvel Games. They just gave them the license and split the core, the earnings, but it was Nintendo funded. When you go look it up, it says funded by Nintendo and funded by Platinum the Team Ninja. Like developed by Team Ninja. It says it and published by Nintendo. It says it right on it. How come they had to pay for it? Microsoft, they were wanting to pay for it, but then Sony didn't have to because they wanted something from Sony that they had, which is the rights to the movie license. It's that simple. I don't care who wants to deny it, who wants to keep saying, no, that's not it. You're just a conspiracy theorist, Heba. No, fuck you. I'm not stupid. I'm a grown man. I know business. We got a man and gentleman here that study business and understand. He knows how business works. If listen, if you make this type of deal out of nowhere where you cut everybody off, it's because you have something bigger to gain. No one's gonna say okay when you can make money in another area just as much. That's why the MLB told them, nah, Jack, no more. Because if you go look at the MLB numbers, they weren't selling. They say, we'll let your development team make it and we'll give you, a cut from the pie, but we want it everywhere. And Sony had no choice.
And
Motherfuckers out here
Microsoft threw
think,
that shit in Game Pass.
oh yeah, they threw it in Game Pass because they could afford to. They were able to afford to pay the MLB. Listen, we'll pay you this much to put it on Game Pass. Oh, for real? You giving us money up front without any sales? Oh, hell yeah, bet. Why not? Why not? Of course, because they knew that was the way to make Sony look stupid. Because Microsoft don't gotta tell you in Twitter we're console warring. They show you with their actions. It's just people are too stupid to catch on. What you think? That wasn't a console war move? That was a chess move. Oh, we got MLB? Okay, we can put it on Game Pass. Well, y'all gotta pay for it day one. Our customers can play it right on Game Pass. And if they want to buy it, it's their choice. You see? And the game still was number one on the top charts for like
Yep.
3 weeks. You
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? So again, everything that we said in the podcast through the years, all of us, not just me, all of us, okay, has come to fruition. Yes, I've called out all these people before anybody else. But the point is that you see all these frauds trying to, and then with Colin with all his hot takes. Look, Colin had hot takes all the time. I've been said it. And until he don't do something that's gonna piss off everybody, they're not gonna call him out on it. Okay, I'm gonna call him out. I don't give a fuck, right? Because I know he's fake. All he sees is through the eyes of someone. Just like Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley uses Microsoft Center to do his show, and yet he wanted to act like Microsoft games don't count because everybody in the committee that
Yes.
do the ballots that pick the games are all ponies or are all Sony Nintendo
Hmm.
drones. That's why
Hmm.
you never saw games. And what Phil said, E-Rock and others ain't what they said. Okay, motherfuckers, we're gonna beat you at your own game. They
Hmm.
started making big ass announcements. when they announced the console, when they announced Hellblade, which actually took away all the attention from everybody else from the entire show, and that was what was trending. The console,
Mhm.
and when they showed off Hellblade, they learned to beat the system. That's what Microsoft did. That's why
And,
now you get a
and I
big
didn't get it.
announcement in the show.
And I'm glad you
Go
brought
ahead,
up
Zeke.
Jeff. I didn't get a chance to see this, but I heard what happened. Jeff, what's that game that's coming out? It's some scary game that's coming out.
Oh, Callisto Project.
Well, Jeff Keighley said that's
Hmm.
coming to PS4 and PS5
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
stopped.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He made it seem
And
like it
the
was only for
internet
that.
killed him for it.
Yeah. Listen, that's the developers of Dead Space. Of course, it was coming to multi-console, just like they did what Evil West. It was just announced yesterday, coming out September 20th, and they tried to put it on the Sony channel like it was only there. Then they put it on the Xbox channel, which, by the way, day one I already pre-ordered because there is a physical. For those of you
Mhm.
interested, okay, which is by those Flying Dog guys, the ones that just released that other game on Xbox. That Phil tweeted it out. Trek to Yumi, the new one.
Oh,
Trek to
Trek
Yumi,
to
the
Yomi.
samurai
Yeah.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
that it was the same publishers, Flying Dog something. They're the ones doing uh uh Iraq's favorite game from last year, for 2 years ago.
Oh,
What the fuck is it called?
A Plague's Tale.
Yes, Plex
A
Tale,
Plague's
right?
Tale.
Plex Tale, and they're also doing my most anticipated game, period. Which besides Evil West, which is going to be Space Marines Part 2, because that game was fucking amazing. One of those games that nobody played on the 360 and acted like it was corny, and now everybody's interested all of a sudden. That game, they're doing those games. So, and Phil, tweeted them out. So that's to establish that relationship. Don't be surprised you'll see those games because you already got Plex Tale's coming. You already had Trek to Yumi. Don't be surprised Evil West will be on Game Pass day one. And don't be surprised that you'll see Space Marines too on Game Pass day one. Because that's how you do it. You do it smart. Business Phil's always been like other Zinc and E-Rock said many times. He's always been a very business savvy person. He's very methodical. He does everything like he said, like when he's playing chess. He said it long ago. This is not what was it? He said this is not a something. It's a sprint, right? Something like that. He said it's not a race
It's
or
not a
something like that.
marathon. It's
It's not
not a
a.
sprint. It's not a sprint. It's
Yes,
a marathon.
exactly. Thank you, Zink. That's what he said long ago, and people didn't take what he said for face value. They didn't get what he was saying. But now, when you look back and you backtrack, you see it all there. It's all there.
Yeah, Phil was right about
He meant.
everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely he was. And the same way he was right that single player games, because the real time they make that money is in the initial release, and I keep saying it. We've said it multiple times. After the initial release, anything else that sells after that is diminished returns. Okay, so when motherfuckers want to tout that Spider-Man sold 33 million copies at $10 and $20 a piece, that shit is pointless. Or because they gave out 6 million copies, of course you're gonna have those numbers because it's $20 and they gave it out for free.
Hey,
So,
he
but they
bought.
try,
Hey,
yeah.
he bought. You know what the best selling game of the week was now that it's bundled, right?
Oh yeah, Horizon. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
that. I saw that. And I don't know if you guys saw, fucking PlayStation is raising the price of PS4 $50 in the
I knew that
UK.
was gonna happen.
I'm like, what? $50, my brother said, in the UK. 50 fucking dollars because I
Wait,
guess
wait. What? Repeat that. Repeat that, please. I didn't catch that.
Sony is raising the price for the PS4, not the 5, 4. Remember they said they're going to keep manufacturing to 2025 in Europe by $50. It's $50 more money
And
in
this is
cost.
not the PS4 Pro. It's the
No,
regular
no, the
PS4.
regular, yeah, yeah. Mhm. Because that's what's selling, and that's what they can able to keep on, manufacturing. Because those PS5s, they're still struggling with that. And I don't care if they say, well, 20 million sold. No, you didn't. You sold 20 million shipped, and like
20,
probably
20,
30
25%
percent,
been turned on.
35% of
Hmm.
that shit is now it's still with the scalpers. Cut the noise. Cut the noise. They counted as sold because when they sell to GameStop or Best Buys or Target or even Amazon, they sell in bulk. So they already sold. They got the money for it, but they get it at a bulk price. They're not paying full value. So they're still not making that kind of money that the way people think. So that's why they'll say the numbers. Because you funny how Sony this entire week, for the last 2 weeks, all they've been doing is throwing numbers up. Because I knew they didn't have nothing to show. I said it. I said they're not going to show that God of War. They're not going to show anything because they don't have anything. All their bets and hedges were on Horizon. That didn't work out because Elden Ring killed it. Then it was on GT7 because they thought people want to be stupid and fall for the bullshit of having those prices of those cars be $40, $100, $200, and people were going to fall for that shit. And that didn't work out.
That GTA thing was funny because it came out months after Forza Horizon 5, one of the best racing games to ever exist. And this idea that it was going to compete, there's a reason why Colin Moriarty specifically downplayed Forza in his video this week. Because he knows he can't argue that.
He downplayed it. He downplayed it, making it seem like racing games are not even relevant. Yeah, that's how he downplayed it. Because he didn't even give it credit. He didn't even give it credit. He said, if you want to argue maybe in the racing genre, but racing genre is not really that important. He said it. Which is funny.
Which is funny.
And see, and you say racing is not that important. You sound ridiculous. It's the world's largest spectators sport. Also, Forza was $1 billion franchise before they launched Forza Horizon.
Oh, yes, it was. Oh, yes, it was. Oh, yes, it was.
You don't have to like it. I think I'm the only one on the panel that can't wait for Forza to come
Motorsport?
out
no.
this year.
No. Dude, I beat them all. I beat them all. All of them. I love the Forza Motorsport series. I'm excited. I love Horizon, but I like the Motorsport better. Me, personally. But I haven't the only one I haven't beaten is the new Horizon because I haven't had a chance to sit down and play it because it's got so much content.
Yeah, that's just
not every week. Every time you blink, that shit got new content. Like, god damn, more races. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah. but other than that, I'm excited for Forza. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what they did with that.
That's gonna let us pivot to our final topic of the night. And that's that Forza Horizon 5 in 7 months has 20 million players. What PlayStation exclusive had 20 million players? And Mr. Miracle, you've been in my videos a lot, man. And I don't, I don't really address comments like this, but you can't wait to play Indiana Jones on PS5 since it's multiplat. You'll be paying $70 for it, so I don't give a fuck if it's multiplat or exclusive.
That's just it. You know what's funny about that guy? You know what's about rumor. Oh wait, Iraq knows this. You know what's funny about Mr. Miracle? He's a Nintendo dude, and he's always shilling for PlayStation, and he likes Nintendo. I don't know why he does that. That shit is so funny to me.
Oh, well, he's a Nintendo dude, so he's never played GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption or Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
I mean, maybe he has, but on PS5, I guess.
He won't be playing. Well, if he's a Nintendo dude, he's not playing those games because none of those games go to Nintendo. But
not on Nintendo.
That rumor was debunked.
Yeah, it was already debunked. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So 20 million players and E-Rock.
So, Mr. Miracle, it's okay that you think that Indiana Jones is going to be multi-plat, right? But it's not okay that Spider-Man or Wolverine or Street Fighter, for that matter, which that already changed because now Street Fighter 6 is coming, is still exclusive on a console that don't own the IP, right? You okay with that, though, right? Because you should be opening your mouth calling out the bullshit on that side, if anything. That's the reality.
Now that's quite the take. He said that you're wrong 100% of the time, which that's just a lie. There.
Oh, of course I am, because he knows he knows I'm calling him out. Of course he's gonna say I'm 100% wrong. Of course, that's fine. Like I said, anybody that think that they can prove me wrong, you can come and challenge me anytime you want. I have an open door. I've been told you guys that, but y'all all talk, all of y'all. That's all y'all do. Y'all talk. Be like, oh, I can't. I'm working. Oh, I can't. I gotta do this. Oh, I can't. Gotta do that. It's always some fucking excuse. So it don't matter. Regardless of why I don't speak unless something has actual facts to it. I never just speak with something that's not factual. So where you show me proof that Spider-Man and Wolverine, the IP, belongs to Sony, you're never gonna win that discussion. So I don't know how you're saying I'm 100% wrong. That's a fact. 1,000% fact. You know what I mean? So, you're welcome to show me. I would love to see it. Because I have it right here. I can show it, send it to my brother Unlimited. He can put it up on the screen where it says Marvel Games owns the rights to the video game IPs for Spider-Man and anything Marvel related.
Right, he
So you
about you can't talk to a dummy. They gonna be. It's like
right, right,
that's
right.
probably Christopher Hart down there. But to
No,
Unlimited's point and what Unlimited said, this is what pisses me off about what Unlimited said. You hear people saying, "Well, Xbox don't have no games right now." They still playing that
mhm,
shit. It just came out in November. They still
right.
playing this fucking game. 20 million motherfuckers are playing this game, dude.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
And
know, and
look,
don't even mention the
The,
Halo numbers. People still
yeah,
playing Flight Simulator. We just got
exactly.
Top
The
Gun.
Maverick.
Uh,
Yeah, the
the
Maverick.
yeah. I'm
Man,
thinking
we got and
Sea
the
of
other one
Thieves.
too.
Sea of Thieves
We
have a
got
monthly damn show. It's not for
yep.
me, but it's 25 million people playing this shit.
Still playing. Listen, if people are playing it, no matter what you like it or not, it's being played
yep.
regardless. Regardless. And also remember, we still can go and backpedal to other things like the gunk or like Crossfire X.
Gear.
We still and Gears. We still have options to play other stuff that we got since the Christmas holiday season. You know what I'm saying?
And
It's not
and
like
Yeah, you can play the
we don't
new
have
shit.
games to play. Yeah,
talk about
You could
exactly.
you you can still play Sniper Elite. You could play MLB,
hmm
and like I said before, Pac-Man Museum is my game.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it's on Game
And
Pass.
we're days away from the Xbox showcase, but once again they're going to show games out the ass. They're going to give us that roadmap that people used to bitch about. I remember that like it was
Right,
yesterday.
right, right, right,
Microsoft show games even if it's years away. We need a roadmap. Now that they showed
right.
games years away, every single one of them is bitching about it. But A-Rock, man, what are your thoughts on Forza Horizon hitting the next 20 million milestone and the next Xbox game to hit 20 million players? The success and not only what was it 20 million, E-Rock. Remember how before the release, the people who paid for the early access was well over a million players. So we're talking about people who bought the game even after playing on Game Pass. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's all great, man. It's just great news that people are enjoying these games. People are engaging with these games. Forza Horizon, Sea of Thieves. Man, somebody TV blasting.
That's he bought.
Yeah, it's just great that people are engaging with these games and enjoying these games. And it just goes. This is what's so infuriating about these clowns. The clown show is that information is right in front of them, and they refuse to acknowledge it. They lied to themselves, Tuck. This is I told you. They lied. Oh, now we got Tuck's puppies barking. They constantly need to lie to themselves and tell them anything they need to it's coping mechanisms. They lie to themselves and tell them whatever they need to hear so they can cope with the fact that no one's engaging with their games. They're miserable over there on PlayStation. So as I've always said, they want everybody else to be miserable. I'm glad that Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite and Sea of Thieves are posting all of these huge numbers of players. That Xbox is making that passive and residual income year after year on these games because it helps them do stuff like secure the purchase of ZeniMax and Bethesda and secure Activision. And as I said before, Xbox is leveraged well into 2029 or 2030. And people like Colin Moriarty and them, they hate that. And I love the fact that they're upset. And, you know, uh, shout out to Wild Horse. Take a look at this in a minute.
Yeah, yeah. Hey man, thank you, Wild Horse man, for the donation. And don't worry about missing the show. I appreciate whether you watch today, tomorrow, a year from now. Plus you're a valued member of the Xbox community, man. So thank you.
But yeah, man, it's just good news. Xbox continues to go from strength to strength. And they hate they these Xbox haters, man, like I said, they're the clown show, man. And again, I'm gonna keep on driving this home now that I'm older now and wisdom is crept in and I see things differently. I don't get mad at these PlayStation fanboys no more, and these
No.
pseudo journalists, no more than like I said, when your mother took you to the circus, and the clowns came in. Do you get mad at the clowns? Nope. You clap when the clowns come out. Now I clap for them now because these guys are like trained monkeys. I like to sit and watch them bitch and cry, and it's going to be so much stuff for them to bitch and cry about this Sunday and this Tuesday. But that's just good news, man, all around it. Forza Horizon, and Halo Infinite, and Sea of Thieves are just doing great, and they hate that. They hate that. They'll
Mm-hmm.
never get what gaming is about. They'll never understand what gaming is about. They're all stuck in yesterday. Their mindset is stuck in yesterday. And like I've always said, man, let them stay asleep because I'm not going to wake them. But when you wake up, your entire world that you knew will be changed. And I'm just going to sit back and continue to laugh at the Cloud Show Unlimited.
Hey man, that was excellent as always, Erock. And you're spot on, man. And the success of Forza ties into everything we talked about today. Because how can someone go on a public forum and say Xbox has no quality games when a game that you downplayed was played by more players than every exclusive on the PS5? And
Exactly.
that is an objective, undeniable fact. You might say, and you could even if you try to throw the Game Pass excuse at us, it's still an avenue to play games, and that's why Phil was smart to put their games on Game Pass. And I don't suffer from short term memory. I remember years ago when people said stupid shit like if I play a game for free, I'm going to play the one that I paid for first. That turned out to be a lie because everybody uses Game Pass, and the one big reason is for games like that day one. And so, Tuck Master, if you're there, man, I want to get your thoughts on this. 20 million players for Forza Horizon 5, another massive successfully Xbox game. So what are your thoughts, man?
My thoughts on that, man. I think it's just beautiful. I mean, I'm a car. I love racing cars. Everybody know what racing car I'm really playing right now is the Formula One. But I'm glad to see Microsoft doing it with this car game. I mean, for peak's sake, I mean, it's the best one out there. I mean, by far none. People can sit on there talking about Gran Turismo, which we know that. I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, Gran Turismo had they fun back in the damn day. That's way back in the day. But now all of a sudden they want to try to bring that damn franchise back after a couple years, and then they want to say that it's the best car game out there and all that stuff. No, it's not. I mean, Forza Motorsports, they got that shit down pat. They got it down pat. I mean, you can't beat the realness of the cars. You can't beat the sounds of the engine because each car got their own engine sound. Each car got their own engine sound. And what can you say?
You know,
I'm gonna bring up another couple of games too. You look at this. What that game called Grounded? How
hmm
is that doing? Nobody even talking
Oh
about
yeah,
that game.
that's
I
right.
want to know how that doing.
Grounded had over a million players the first weekend it came out. So that game had massive player base as well.
Oh yeah, and I mean that game is doing good too.
Yeah.
So we got the quality games, but what about PS5? I mean, they don't got no quality games. But getting back to that for the motorsports, oh man, I just can't wait for that game because I'm a track person. I like the Horizon,
hmm
but I like the tracks better. I mean, that's just me. Um, the only thing I wish they would add back that they're doing Formula One racing, I would like to see them add the pit stops back to the racing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean, 'cause
Hmm.
that's real racing right there. I
yeah.
mean, like I said, Adams Inc. You can. I know you play Formula One racing, don't you?
No, I don't play I don't like. I'm too used to Forza Motorsport, and it's just too smooth. When I tried the other one, I never liked it. But you brought up Formula One. You shouldn't have done that because that's something else that Gran Turismo 7 doesn't have. It doesn't even
Yeah,
have NASCAR. But yet you pissed at Halo because it doesn't have content. That shit don't have the main content that you need in an authentic game. And you
hmm
talk about quality, let's go with something being authentic. Okay, you could. I mean, if you have someone go around, they really depicted Mexico accurately, as accurate as you can get it.
Oh
That's
man,
quality. That's
Yeah.
quality personified.
and
So
you can't beat that.
no, you
You
can't
can't
beat
beat
that.
that.
And, I mean, Colin is just wrong on every level. It's just nothing. It's nothing more you can say about it. And please, just leave Forza Motorsport out of everything. Just don't even go there.
Yeah. Hey
I
man.
mean, now since they building that game from the ground up, oh man, I can
Hey.
imagine how that game's gonna look.
Well,
I
Tuck.
can.
Well, Tuck. Remember, the developer said that Forza 8 is going to be a generational leap. So I can't. It's probably going to be the racing version of Hellblade 2, man. I think we're going to be unbelievably stunned at what they've been working on.
Just like I told Dirt, and I didn't have a problem. We didn't have a problem, but that's what Forza kicked off 4K 60 frames per second locked.
Yep.
And I don't know for a
Yeah,
fact, but I'm willing to bet Forza 8 is going to kick off native 4K 120 frames per second on that Series X. If they do that, dude, everybody needs to stay quiet. They better hope that does not happen.
Hey man, look. Before I get to Hebot to close things out, um, it's funny how Xbox is the one that gets blamed for not having quality devs. Yet, the Playground Games are magicians who could get a Forza Horizon out and nothing, and it'd be the best looking game ever. Remember last generation, Xbox was the only one that had the 1080p 60 frame games. PlayStation had zero of them that did both,
Zero.
right? And fast forward to this generation, they're also leading the 4K 60 and the 120 games.
Absolutely.
And a pyro, thank you for the donation, man. And you're right, every little helps. And trust me, I appreciate every comment and all that, man. I'm one of those dudes who's extremely humbled by this stuff. So thank you very much. But to get back to the point, it's funny how the ones that I keep being all I ever hear is think E-Rock, Tuck, Hebot is how Xbox lacks quality, and yet when you break it down, they're the only ones who provide us legit quality. They don't provide us endless remakes. They aren't reselling us remasters out the ass of games we just played last year. Remember, The Last of Us 2 came out in 2020 and still don't have their multiplayer. Apparently, the whole world forgot about that. That game is incomplete. So people paid $60, $70 for an incomplete game, and yet Xbox is the bad guy for giving us day one games that work, that are fun, and fun is the point in gaming and entertainment. That are fun, that are easy to play. They're like easy to play, difficult to master type games. And then come Sunday, we're going to have even more. And as unreal as it sounds, because we all know we have it good on Xbox, too good. None of us could keep up. All of us have large backlogs. And this Sunday, it's going to get even larger. So Heatbot, man, what are your thoughts on Forza Horizon? 20 million players in 7 months, larger, more players than man. What are your thoughts?
Repeat after me, guys. Longevity, engage, immersion, multiple gameplay mechanics, online co-op component, immersion, right?
Yeah.
What's the other thing? Imagination, diversity. That is what the Xbox catalog offers versus the Sony one and done, open world, save a child, have a bow and arrow, walk for 30 hours, slow pace, movie having cutscene, popcorn licking. I want to look at movies for 52 hours and have 15 minutes of gameplay structure. It's that simple. That structure does not work like that anymore. You need to have and give people the reason for them to want to come back. You got to give them a reason for wanting to continue to play. You got to give them a reason for them to want to continue to put money and invest in the games that they have. Because we live in a different type of gaming world now. Games do not survive and make enough money to continue surviving by just making a game that's a one and done, that's cost 300 or 200 or $100 million to make, and only sell 15 million copies, 10 million or 5 million. That's still not enough because it doesn't
Yeah,
cover the costs.
you got that right.
Especially with Microsoft, that all of their games, which nobody ever mentions, they forget to say, are still only $60 versus 70 on PlayStation. The only time you pay 70 on a Microsoft game is when the developer, right? Hold on, leave that there. And the actual publisher say nope, like they're doing with the new Call of Duty. We want it to be $70 and that's it. So nobody else can do it. But when it comes to Xbox games, not only do we get it on Game Pass, when you go to the store and buy Flight Sim, or when you go to the store and buy Halo or Forza, or when you go to the store and buy whatever's available physical, right? Or even on the store, it's $59.99. Unless you're buying obviously the Ultimate Edition, where they give you all this other perks, all these other incentives, all this other shit and content. That's different. We're talking about base games. Okay?
Yeah.
And if a game don't have quality, it would not still be retaining an audience of 20 million players after being released for almost 8 months.
Yeah.
Okay? There's no one playing God of War. Okay? There's no one playing Spider-Man. The reason why they put the games down for those prices for 20, 10, and $15 is to try to bring the audiences that haven't played the game yet, because they're cheapskates, they're not real gamers, they just buy shit games because they have a console or because they want to have something to do, recreational wise, and they fucking sell them for those prices so they can find new players to play the game. But they're not making money off of it. It's just to get an audience. It's basically doing what Game Pass does, but still charging you instead of giving it to you in the service itself, which we all see that they already started putting almost all of their exclusives on the services. And they already had 2 games come day and date, which was Shadow Warriors 3, even though it wasn't a multi-plat, and now Stray, day and date. Okay? So that means they're just slowly and gradually adapting the model, but they're trying to test the waters to see what works and what doesn't. Eventually, you're going to see a title, maybe from, let's say, Housemarque, the people who did Returnal, because they do smaller titles, day and date on their service. Because that's going to attract people to go and get it. Returnal only sold 580,000 units. You really think that if Returnal was part of the service day and date, if it was part of the Sony service day and date, you really think that Returnal would have not had at least 2 million players? It absolutely would have had 2 million players because there's no risk. Any motherfucker sees, oh, Returnal's out here, I'm downloading, I'm gonna play that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, and he bought maybe Amazing Lucas wouldn't have bitch about a refund, not getting a refund for Returnal.
You had to throw that in there, didn't you? Hey. No, for real. To end my spiel, that's funny as hell. That motherfucker got roasted by everybody. That's funny as fuck. E-Rock started it all, I think. That shit was funny. I didn't even know what was going on until I saw E-Rock's video. And I hate that he has the comments on, but can never comment. Anyway, to end my spiel, basically that's great. That just shows you there's still interest, there's still engagement, and the game is still healthy. The game is healthy. People are playing it. People want to still play it. That's what it's showing. Now, does that mean it sold 20 million copies? Probably not. But I guarantee you that game sold at least 7 million copies. At least. Because it has a very big following. People love Forza Horizon. That's why it's been critically acclaimed for the last 3 times that it came out. Since Forza Horizon, I think 2, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But I believe since 2. Since part 2, it's been handed the most highest critically acclaimed racer of all time. Since 2.
Yes.
When 3 came out, same thing. When 4 came out, same thing. When 5 came out, same thing. They keep getting the highest rated racing game of all time. And I think even Motorsport did that as well. Why? Because of the quality. That game is pure quality. Whether you like racing games or not, you can just come in for the first time and you'll still enjoy it, even if you're not a racing enthusiast, because it's fun to play. You can play with your friends online. It has multiple shit to do. You can always come back. It's one of those games that once you beat another game and you want to take a rest and stop playing, let's say Elden Ring, you go and play for a little bit. You see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
a game that fills in the gap and that's always accessible to the entire Xbox audience, whether you're on Game Pass or whether you're on Xbox Live or whether you're on Xbox ecosystem online, period. PC, whatever. It's a game that fills the void, just like the smaller titles like Three Tech to Yumi, while you wait for the bigger meat, AAA style games as well. It's not rocket science. It's common sense, and we're gonna still see these numbers because we saw it with CFDs. We saw it already with fucking State of Decay. We saw it when Killer Instincts was on the scene. Because the only reason people are not probably playing it as much now is just because they want a new one. They're feeding.
It's a 9-year-old game. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're feeding for it. They want something new. But which is that's why I was like, this hot take is beyond stupid. Because Phil said it. We want to make a sequel. We know people want it, but we want a developer, and there is no available developer that does fighting games right now that's good enough to do Killer Instinct. They know it has to be somebody that has the skill to do it. Because Killer Instinct has pedigree. And that pedigree comes from the gameplay. The gameplay is unmatched. Till this day, is the best fighter since last gen. As far as how good it plays and how smooth it plays. May not be your favorite fighter, but there's no denying it. You play Killer Instinct, it's like bread and butter. It is smooth as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it
that's
is.
fantastic, bro. And the more that these engagements keep happening, the better it is for real Xbox fans. Because that means it's more money's coming in, and that means more projects will be done for us, and more games will come down the pipeline, and more deals will come down the pipeline on Game Pass. As I said it's not going to be no longer about buying timed exclusives deals. It's going to be about what games can you get on Game Pass before Sony can or before Nintendo can when they decide to jump in. That's what it's going to be about. Who can get the first multi-plat games on their platform first than the next person? That's what it's going to become. Who can do it first? And what games? And what games can be the bigger ones, like the bigger ones? Who's going to get the bigger ones that are multi-plat first? That's what it's going to become. It's no longer about buying just timed exclusives like they did with Deathloop and shit like that. It's going to be like, okay, so we got Plague Tales Requiem, the sequel, day and date on Game Pass. Okay, we got fucking the Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance day one. We got Outriders day one. You get what I'm saying? We got Dragon Quest Heroes day one, day and date on Game Pass. That's what it's going to be about. And whoever can win that war by outbidding the other is going to keep winning. And we all know who got the big pockets. We don't even got to go there. We don't even got to go there. We don't even got to go
agree with that. I agree with that, Ebot. I would agree with you on that.
there. We don't got to go there. That's my take, puppy.
I will agree with you on that, Ebot.
Yeah, hey man, fantastic from Hebot. And with that, we're gonna close for the night. I thank everybody from joining, from Pyro, KTJ Gaming, Spike, Wild Horse, and Wild Horse had a wild comment, man. He said PlayStation games in Canada are $80 plus tax and come out to $91.98 for a single game.
Damn.
I feel bad for my brother.
That's a lot of money, boy.
Yeah,
that's a fact. Shit. That's a fact. That's a fact. A lot of people have said that. They're like, a lot of people say that's why they're so attached to Game Pass, even over there, because they don't have with PlayStation the games are like $100 almost. That's crazy.
That is craziness.
I see why them PlayStation games only sell to like 10% of the audience. Because if I gotta pay $91 to pick up rocks and bundled sticks like in Horizon, I ain't doing that shit. But with that, E-Rock X, man, we're gonna be on his channel Sunday for the Xbox show. So hey, let them know where they could find you, so they could all join us Sunday.
Hey, check us out on the E-Rock X channel where we'll be watching the Xbox Bethesda showcase live. It's always great to be here to be a part of the Unlimited Truth podcast. And as Unlimited Production always says, the unlimited truth pops up when the truth is needed. And after Colin Moriarty's usual bullshit, it was needed. So it was great to be here, guys.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you. And Talk Master, let them know where they could find you, man.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy DJ Killer, the original Pony Killer. You will be able to reach us like E-Rock said this Friday. I mean this Sunday. What time? What time the invitation's gonna go out? E-Rock.
Probably at like 11:30, man, because it's at 12.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. But y'all look for a good show among all these guys that in this podcast had that. I mean that we with. And like I said, this is the greatest group of guys that I've ever been with. And as far as doing podcasts, we real, we don't fake, and I just love the guys that I'm with, and that's all I got to say about that.
Great stuff. And other Zinc, that you're part of the family now, man. So let them know where they can find you. And if you're not busy Sunday, feel free to join us.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to being there Sunday. I have a couple jobs that I'm starting, so sometimes you have to be there at least to start it. So if I
Mhm.
don't make it, that's the only reason why. But I'm definitely gonna step away to check out the show. But I don't want to interrupt the show by popping in and out. But yeah, you can find me in the chat wreaking havoc and on 100 show on this show and Exile. And oh, don't can't forget Sega Man. Sega Man is a smooth ass dude.
Yeah.
His show
Yeah,
on
don't forget
Saturday.
Sega Man.
Yeah,
Sega Man is good at these shout outs, man. I'll be forgetting
absolutely.
people left and right. But yes, follow Sega Man and check out the Alpha Xbox, usually on Saturdays. But hey, with that, enjoy your weekend, and especially this Sunday for us Xbox gamers. And we are out.